to be perfectly honest. It's
Sure, I just mean in terms of where your draft flexibility is. You don't pigeonhole yourself into a...
Yeah, true. And Gragas Kaiser is, you know, one of the OG decent lanes. So
Yeah.
you'd understand why they do it. Azir will be locked in as Dove does take away his favorite champion.
There was some hesitation there too, and some consideration on the Zoe pick as well. So KT definitely, you know, not with a clear plan just yet. There's the Kai'Sa pick coming through for Duckdom.
I am sad.
Given you know, where we are in this draft, I think it's a very safe pick here.
Consideration.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Oh, this is cool.
Okay, Senna Kench just later in the draft this time.
Yep.
And it's a Gragas that was flexed now into the top lane, and it's a very safe blind pick. I mean, you know, you don't think of very many champions as being hard counters to the Gragas. And once again, we're going to see the Scion come through. It feels like KT are pushing back towards game number one stylistically here. Very difficult to execute. I mean, well, I would not say that's true in general.
As Peanut dives on over, Gideon in perfect position. As the teleport comes down, Duckdom flashes, ults to get himself out of the way, but Kellen, the will is more breakable than he hoped. And that's a kill going over to Dove once again. Giving it a red-hot go. As fight on a couple of fronts here, but Kellen is going to get poked out. Noah actually doing a fair bit of damage as the Devour beautifully timed. The ultimate comes through from Kellen, but he's getting chunked down. Rich turns up, Doran does too. Dawning Shadow not quite enough there, as Kellen still has the ult for a little while longer. As, oh my goodness, everyone piling on to the Orianna as she tries to flash over the wall. Unsuccessful, and Gideon wastes no time getting onto this Cloud Drake.
I mean, Nongshim really wanted to fight this. They were out of position. They were not in a good place to take the fight, but they just forced it anyways, and now they're paying for it.
Yeah, in goes Doran, just executes Duckdom. Now looking for Rich. He's not going to go down. However, KT easily take this one down. There's the Mountain Soul that you were looking for there, Wolf.
There it is. I mean, this is really fortunate for Nongshim in one way, but, you know, the truth of the matter is they lost their Drake advantage. They couldn't fight that fight. They tried to force it. They gave more gold over to KT Rolster, who have funneled a lot of that gold into Noah once again. So look at this. I mean, yeah, they have, it almost looks like a surround, I guess you could say here, on KT, and Peanut does a ton of damage to Gideon, but you're zoned out if you're Bay. He takes a bunch of damage on his rotation in, and then Kellen has to desperately try to look for this pulverize. Like, this bottom side of the fight goes so poorly that when the teleports come through, it's essentially over, this fight, before it even begins. And you easily got the chase power here with the Hecarim ult over the wall, and then they stay even longer, right? And that's when it's like, okay, where's your thought process here, Nongshim? You're 3v5. You are not stealing that Drake away, and then you just get insanely destroyed by Doran over the wall. Like, this is unfortunate for Nongshim, and I think they're misunderstanding.
Tries to ult himself out. Does successfully escape for now as the turret got very angry with Dove. Shockwave going to come in, pulls him back, and that's going to be Bay locking down that kill. Duckdom almost dies as the Dawning Shadow. Not quite close enough there.
Yeah, that was pretty well handled from Nongshim. That's something you'll take.
Yeah.
That's an exchange you want.
I mean, KT onto two, but not exactly two priority targets, as now Doran has his pick of the litter of where he throws down the barrel. Kellen gets into the back line, and Rich surviving for so long. It's just the tanks that they're focusing KT. No, that's not what we wanted. As Duckdom gets into the back line, and Peanut says, nah, sorry, mate. This is how it's done. Actually not, to be perfectly honest, but Bay, he's the one now chasing down the members of KT, locks up Doran, the Tahm-Kench is also dead, and look, I don't know whether we blessed it or cursed it, Wolf, but Nongshim are walking towards the Baron.
I think that's a matter of perspective, Atlas.
Unable to be interrupted there by the headbutt as Gideon brings Peanut back. Can he survive this? It looks like the answer might be no as Duckdom comes on in. Peanut is taken down, and now the Kai'Sa completely out of position. Goes golden, but there are so many Sand Soldiers, and it's a double kill for Noah. In comes the Drake. Perfect timing for KT. This is what their comp is supposed to do.
This is what their comp is supposed to do, and now they're going to get this second Mountain Drake, and it's going to put them on Soul Point. Nongshim, this game may be slipping away from them piece by piece here, and with those kills and
there's no follow-up. Sion ain't gonna find it. Doran also a bit of a party cast there as Rich was trying to get the kill onto Dove as his zombie self.
He's gonna be all right. If they were respawning here for Nongshim, but without their front line, they just cannot fight, and this should be a Baron. Peanut's gonna look for the 50-50, and that's all you can hope for, because unfortunately with no front line, this comp just cannot function. It is not going to work. And they don't even have vision.
Yeah, you can see Doran over the wall looking for Bay right now as Dove comes in. Doctarm's there as well. As you can see, Gideon going for a big old flank. Hip up pole onto Doran. He's able to get out of there. Dawning Shadow just for good measure.
Just no tanking, no front line.
Oh my goodness, it's like two hits with some Sand Soldiers and then a smite and Peanut's dead.
And KT have been playing this game so defensively with the lead they have. They just sit back under Azir turrets in the mid lane.
Well, I mean, after what happened in the mid game, I do not onto Doran. This is difficult. Gideon right in the area. Cask is decent. Doctarm now feels like it's his chance to go in. Shockwave lands onto nothing, but it doesn't matter. They lock down the Gragas. Now KT in a 4v5 after grabbing themselves the inhibitor in the mid lane. Now 40 seconds on the Elder Drake and 52 seconds
right now.
When and this goes down so fast as well. Doctarm and Peanut do so much damage. Bay as well.
You've got to get in there, KT. I mean, what are you going to trade the Baron for the Nexus? You're not going to get there anytime soon. Not even close.
And it just pops. Oh man, there was no way that KT didn't know that that was the case. As Peanut crits the red buff for a massive amount of damage. Yep. They do have empowered backs. As now the Tahm Kench is going to come on in. Gideon maybe overextended just a little bit there as the Phalanx being set up by Nongshim. Peanut into the area. And Doran! It was like he threw it, but then tries to save it. Bay with the Shockwave is definitely good though. His Dove misses the Emperor's Divide. I don't think it's going to matter though, as KT looks so extraordinarily strong and Noah still stays alive. Rich looks for him as he has himself the Gargoyle Stone Plate. Can he get there? The answer is no, as Bay fighting against Zeus, who just licks him to death. That's the ace, and that will be the game for KT.
So much redemption here for Doran after that pick on the bottom side that almost cost KT the game. He has a huge flash cast play to turn things around, and KT Rolster's chance to playoffs, they are small, they are minimal, but they are alive here, Atlas, in this final week of regular season play. What a series!
Just insane stuff from KT. They keep themselves alive. Theoretically, the statistics say 16% chance of getting in comparison to the other players. But they have to win.
They're able to stop the backs with the Santa ultimate, and then look who comes through. Doran with the flash play.
Both carries.
Massively damaging the carries, forcing the res onto Doctarm, which means that he actually cannot do damage in this fight. While you're in res animation, you're not doing anything, and when he pops out, the fight is already over. Look at where Peanut is, completely zoned out. And what a heroic play from one of the players who has been stuck on this team. I mean, you think about where he was last year and where he is now. He was actually saying, okay, look, Nuggery's gone, I'm the best top laner in this league, and it's been a far cry from that here in the second round. But this final moment was all about him, and you know, you love to see it. KT, if you weren't a KT fan before tonight, I mean, you probably